Right guys, welcome. I'll try and make this video as quick as possible as there's a lot to go through about the tyres in GT7 and then what info the telemetry apps gives us. And getting my excuses in early, this is my first race in months, so apologies for the very poor driving. There'll also be timestamps below, and let me know if there's any questions in the comments and I'll reply, or maybe make another video to explain more. To start with tip 1, races start at 70 degrees Celsius. As you can see on the right hand side overlay, this seems to cool off right away and drops to 66 degrees in the front tyres by the start line. This is using the Sim Dashboard Android app, and I think these colours are a bit of a guess by the app developer, but it's really good at showing which tyres are heating up and by how much. Straight away you can see the temperatures rising as you're on the brakes and turning into a corner, but going through turn 1 the front left jumps up 20 degrees to 88. But then it's programmed to drop off very quickly right back down to 67, so this must be the surface temperature of the tyre. But you can see the right tyre is now 1 degree lower than the left after that one corner, and then still holds these low temperatures all the way up the hill. And jumping into tip 2, as it happened on lap 1, don't spin. As you can see from this absolute mess, the tyre temps jump way up over 100 degrees and even tops out here at 197 degrees Celsius. So this really overheats and wears the tyres faster. And as I'll get into later, both the tyre temperatures and the car weight matter for tyre wear. A wee side note here, this is a bit of a hope for me as this is an A-rated lobby, so to navigate through this traffic was cool, especially on hard tyres. But as we can see, the tyres have reached just over 70 degrees at the end of lap 1. Skipping ahead in the race, the tyres are now showing in the high 70s at the end of lap 4, over 7.5 minutes into the race with my slow pace. So on to tip 3. Changing tyres in the pits result in fresh tyres coming off the tyre warmers at only 60 degrees, a full 10 degrees lower than the start of the race. So that's why changing onto hard tyres can feel very low grip for the first couple of laps, and you'll see here that it takes a while for even the softs to warm up. And straight into tip 4, light weaving does keep temperature in the tyres as it jumps up a degree, mainly at low temperatures at like the start of the race or just coming out of the pits. So that's my excuse for the horrible lines through the bus stop here. And tip 5 is more of a technique and it sounds very simple and basic, but steering input does affect the tyre temps and wear. Like through this long right hand corner, the front left hits 99 degrees and you can hear it squealing away as I've overcranked the steering wheel. To save tyres, you want to keep the front tyres pointing as straight as possible instead of turning your wheel full lock or on a controller, pinning the stick all the way to one side. This is probably car dependent, but also notice the inside tyres for each corner don't gain any temperature or wear, as all the weight of the car rolls to the outside tyres. So outlap complete, and you can see the tyres are only in the mid 60s, which with not much wear yet, but again I'm definitely not pushing these. And 2 laps after the pit stop, or like 20 corners worth, the tyres have eventually reached 70 degrees, and remember each track is different and each race condition is different, as the track temperature also affects how quick or slow the tyres heat up and maybe even overheat. So an extra tip is to check the lobby screen when you load in to see what the track temperature is. At this stage I think the tyre wear is lower than later on when the tyres are hotter, but let me know what you've experienced in the comments below. So this lap I learnt my lesson from before, and you can see I'm trying to steer less to the right, but still have to pinch it in a bit more to stay on track. But it was sitting more than 10 degrees less mid-corner, and this is after 3 laps where the base temperatures of the tyres much higher. Tip 6 is about the car you choose to race, as the weight of the car and its balance affect the tyre wear. Simply put, the heavier cars punish the tyres faster, and the weight balance determines if it's the front or rear tyres that wear it faster. On screen now is the worst front heavy cars at the moment, with the Nissan GTR 13 having 56% of the car's weight over the front wheels, so they're going to wear it very fast since the GTR is on the heavy side too. Now I've got the most rear heavy cars, all are mid-engine, so having the engine block behind the driver's seat means that rear tyres wear it faster, with the additional strain of putting the power down to the track added to the wear too. Also doesn't help that currently the old R8 and the Lambo are the heaviest cars in the Group 3 BOP currently, coming in at 1380 kilos. And here are the current perfectly balanced cars at 50-50. So usually these cars will wear out the front and back tyres evenly, and all this info by the way was taken off the GT Engine website, linked below. It's a great way to see all the info of the race cars in one place. Now on in the background is a bit of a test where I was seeing how quick the tyres cool off, even under acceleration, and then what effects the light tyre warming weave would have. Then lastly, overcooking the steering and what effects that has. Unfortunately the app was dropping off the Wi-Fi bit, so it does cut in and out in this clip. And the final tip I'll end on is that the brake balance is sometimes available to be used in races, so use this to both alter the car's feel to suit your driving and also balance out the wear on the tyres. For example, you could be driving a very heavy Lambo with 58% rear weight, no traction control, but then change the brake balance all the way to the front wheels, so then the fronts wear out more on the braking and corner entry, easing the tyre wear on the rear, making the tyre set last longer. And the test now on screen basically shows that weaving does slow you down by a few miles an hour, but does keep the front tyres only slightly warmer. Let me know if you want this or anything else explained in more detail and I'll help out. And I'm just going to close this video off here, and it would be great to see top tier drivers' tyre temps and their wear compared to my pleb driving, as they might heat up tyres faster or they're even the opposite, keep them cooler for longer while flying down the track, but they'll definitely be better at tyre saving than what I've shown here. Thanks for watching and hope this helped you guys out.